Bigjimcountryboy here today. I was running out of meat, so I contacted a friend of mine out in Lancaster, PA. Had a steer butchered. So all these packets are ground beef, and then steaks, and a bunch of roasts down in the bottom there underneath, and some more there. And so I bought about 350 pounds of beef here. It's cheaper this way, and this is all grass-fed. So grass-fed beef for like $3.70, $3.80 a pound. You can't go wrong with that. So it seems like a drop in a bucket, but we're going to take one of these and we're going to turn it into some quick goulash and give you our little goulash recipe. The first thing we can do is get this fire lit. No extra charge for that today. So we're going to make goulash today. Use a little bit of oil because that's pretty lean grass-fed beef. It's just a teaspoon of veg oil. Get our onions started. This is better with maybe some bell pepper diced in with the onion, or whatever you like. I don't have any bell peppers today. What I'm going to do is use some of these pickled like banana pepper rings. That'll work. You put in what you like. I have some zucchini I put up out of the garden that was in the freezer. I'm going to dice into it. Maybe some tomatoes if we can find them. Now I'm going to do a coarse chop because I want the onions to hold up. I want something to be left. I don't want them to cook into nothing. So we're going to use a coarse chop. Use 2 pounds of ground beef this is. One medium Vidalia onion. This is one of those one pot deals. And you see that? This beef is so lean, it's sticking to the pan instead of making grease. See? It's all good grass-fed beef. The fat that's in it's high in omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, like fish. Water in the pan, help get that going. Now, when I was a kid, we used to make this. We used to can quarts of tomatoes in the summer. We probably used 2 or 3 quarts of tomatoes in this. But I don't have it today. So, we're going to use a can of Hunt's garlic and herb sauce. And I got like a couple slices of tomato left over from my sandwich the other day. Some zucchini, the onions, the beef, the ring peppers, and I have a little bit of probably close to 3/4 of a jar of spaghetti sauce left from the other day in the fridge I'm going to use. Now, instead of sitting here like this with a spoon and trying to cut this meat in pieces, I always cheat. I use the potato masher. We don't want it too small. You don't really want it like taco meat. You want it a little coarser. Let that simmer a minute. Put the lid on. I'll get it hotter. And then I'm just going to scoop some of these peppers out here. I don't know. What's that, maybe 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 cup? Now, if you like spicier food, you could put Tony Chachere's in this. You could put chili powder in it if you like. Crushed red pepper. Some of this hot sauce. But we're not going to do that today. Cowboy goulash, they call it. It's more spicy, like chili. We're not going that way. We're going more on the Hungarian way, the American way. Just a quick dice of those peppers. Oh, that smells much better already. Cook this hamburger till it's cooked through. This tomato in there. 3 lonely little pieces, it'll be alright. Might as well use it up, no sense wasting it. cut this zucchini squash up a little smaller. Brings me back to my childhood and my young teenage years. Big Mama Country Mother used to make this for Bigjimcountryboy. My Gram used to make it too, my mother's mom. Unfortunately, I didn't meet my dad's mother. She died 2 years before I was born. And dump that in. That's also going to add some water to this. Cooks down. I don't know, maybe this pan's not big enough. Camera's still rolling, videographer? Okay. Just going to mix these together now. No particular reason. It's more traditionally made with tomato sauce or tomato paste, not spaghetti sauce. But it comes out about the same. We used to make it with jarred tomatoes because we were poor and we had a lot of tomatoes canned up in jars. We used to just use that. Well, the meat's cooked through now. So in here, we're going to rinse this jar out, can out with water. We're going to dump that in. We're going to add about 2 bay leaves. Put that on the grocery list. A little bit of black pepper, just a little bit, not too much. You could always put it on after on your plate. I think it tastes better.
Yep.
We're not going to add salt because we're going to add soy sauce. 2 or 3 tablespoons probably. Onion powder, not onion salt. Just enough to put like a slick on top of the dusting over the liquid. Garlic powder, same thing, just the dusting over the top. Oregano to your taste. I like a little more oregano in this meal. And it's buddy Basil. Basil, he's a fine old fella. Not too much basil unless you like it that way. It gives it a kind of sweet taste. Too much it'll taste sweet. Now I gotta get out my mortise and pestle for these 2 ingredients. What we're gonna do is literally, you see me, I have a pinch of rosemary, and this is celery seed. Maybe a little more than a pinch of celery seeds. Now these are a little coarser. I don't like that when you bite into it. I like it to mix in, so we're going to grind it up to a powder with the mortise and pestle. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. I tried to do this slow, but it's like a dust. Now, and we'll give that a stir. Now, you could add a little beef bouillon or beef base or something along those lines. But I just cooked the roast beef to make homemade cold cuts, which you'll see in another video. So I've actually got real beef broth. I'm going to put about 3/4 of a cup of that in there. Stir that in. Now you see how these leaves are, bay leaves are still like dry? You want to simmer this enough till they start to soften up and get a little flexible. So we're going to put that on and cover it with the lid for a few. Okay, so I turned it down to low. It's been simmering 3 or 4 minutes on high, and then I just turned it to low. So what you want to do now is dump in a pound of elbow macaroni. We're going to stir this in. Turn the heat back up for a minute. cover that. You basically got to simmer that 7 to 8 minutes till the pasta is done. Did that good and hot on high. Now I'm turning it simmering. See it bubbling? I'm going to turn it down to low now. With the lid on there, it'll keep bubbling and boiling, but it won't boil over. It'll keep simmering on low. You see me dancing, it's because the kitten's down here biting my toes and clawing my feet. Ouch! Stop it! Go play someplace else. That's not your chew toy. Ow! I don't know if you can see the little guy down there or not. Hey! Ouch! What are you doing? That's not your chew toy. Let it go. Just got a couple elbow macaronis stuck in the holes in my bamboo spoon here. They will stick if you don't give them a stir. Just break them loose and scrape the bottom of the skillet. That's what I do anyway. Smelling good in the neighborhood. We're going to add a little bit of sauce now and stir it in so the noodles absorb some of that goodness. I always said this is the original hamburger helper. This is where the Betty Crocker or whoever owns that company got their idea from. And that is all the sauce. Probably the equivalent of 2 of those Hunt's cans. Although one part of it did come out of a jar, some of it was missing. Now your noodles ain't done yet. It might have been 1/3 of the way cooked. You can see how it's still soupy. What we're going to do is simmer this until it thickens up. Those noodles are going to soak that liquid out of there. And if it gets too dry on you and the noodles aren't done or tender yet, you can always add a little more H2O. The other thing I like to add, it adds a bunch of flavor to it. It's about a tablespoon or so of butter. Let's make it 2 tablespoons. This is real butter too, unsalted sweet butter. Not that margarine crap. Don't ever eat that. It causes heart attacks. Real dairy butter. Something your body can digest better than those homogenized oils and all that crap they put in margarine that causes cholesterol buildup and heart disease. You don't need all that stuff. That would be undoing what we did with our grass-fed beef. Now I added all those cooler ingredients, so I'm going to just put this on high for a few minutes and boost it temperature up a little bit quicker, and then switch it back to low simmer. Be careful you don't burn it. Don't walk off and check the mailbox or nothing right now. It'll burn quick with that high heat and that sauce in there if you're not watching it. So let us know how you like our cooking videos, you know. And if you could subscribe, that's kind of how YouTube grades us. And if you could give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, you know, that helps grade us. And you can always leave ideas of what you'd like to see, or a recipe you want us to cook, or maybe if you wanted to see another fishing video for a type of fish, or anything, you have video ideas, just go ahead and leave them in the comments, and we'll review it.
Yep. And
put this down on low now. Give it a stir. It's starting to simmer. Butter's starting to melt. Oops. Pan's getting full. Must have been that last pat of butter. So just let us know down in the comments section what you might want to see or something, and we'll try to do our best to get it to you. We got a lot of variety of videos for you now, but there's always nice to watch something new. Hopefully later on we'll get some more watch time. We need another 15,000 hours of watch time real quick. And we got to keep our subscribers over 1,000 before we can monetize. And then the money will start trickling in slow. I think we make about $3.50 for every 1,000 views at that point from ad revenue. And we have a Patreon link there. If you'd like to donate some money to the grocery bill so we can get some more ingredients to make you more recipes and more fishing trips and travel videos. And we also have links to Walmart.com and Amazon.com under our videos, and what that does is if you buy something after clicking on our link in the next 24 hours or something like that, we get a small commission, anywhere from 2 to 10%. And it would be greatly appreciated. We don't sell you anything. You're buying the same products that you would normally buy. We just get a sales commission basically if you clicked our link to get there. So that's on about medium right now. I just turned it up a little bit to simmer. We try to make our recipes a little bit healthier. I killed 2 birds at 1 stone. I got beef cheap, and I got grass-fed beef by buying a steer. So that's healthier food. It's healthier than boneless, skinless chicken breast, believe it or not. That's a play on words, that 98% fat-free chicken. That means they took 98% of the fat off of the outside of the muscle. That white meat in the chicken breast is like 35% saturated fat and cholesterol and trans fats. They feed them crap, that's why they're like that. – Overdosing on corn and soybean products. old fry oil, old bakery they grind up and feed to them. I used to work at a place that took care of over a million birds. I know more about chickens than any one human should ever have to know. Basically, we're going to simmer this low until it gets thick, like a casserole. And the noodles are tender. It's probably going to be close to about 15 minutes from the time we put the sauce in. Watch out, cat. Now, this is almost done, and why I can see it, these bay leaves are a choke hazard. So I always count them when I put them in, and I count them when I take them out. There might be a couple little flakes. The one looks like it broke. But for the most part, the big pieces are out. The two that I put in. And on low, once I put that back on, it starts bubbling again right away. Look at this guy. He's always got the wrong place to take a nap. Right here at my feet where I'm cooking. And every once in a while he bites my feet and scratches my toes and bites me. Try to get our camera back to somewhere where it was at in position. You even see that skillet on the stove at this angle? Yeah, there it is. How about a close-up while I'm playing with the camera? Look at that. Looks like clickbait. Hey, stop biting. See how these noodles are coming along. I'm going to call that done and turn it off. As it sits, it will soak more of this liquid up and thicken. You could serve this with some nice Italian bread if you had it, or some mozzarella grated or Parmesan grated cheese on top if you'd like. We don't particularly have any of that in the fridge today, so we're going as is. The way I like to do it on my plate. Just a light dusting of garlic. We got here some sea salt. Shake a little of that on top. I think it tastes better if you salt it afterwards and have it on top. I'm just going to use the pepper grinder, but that's a little coarse. You use the ground pepper. Just a little bit on top. Keep that covered. Now for the big test. There you have it. See how she tastes. Hot. Very hot. Very good though. This dreary, rainy day on a Saturday, this is an excellent comfort food for me. You can keep your craft dinner. So, thanks for watching. Hope you try this recipe. You don't have to follow it exactly. Use some stewed tomatoes and diced peppers, and you can even use a can of manwich if you like to season it. Try it however you like, but enjoy. Thank you.